Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monday Mojo. It is already almost the end of March. Can you believe that it's already March 27th? And here it is, a fabulous Monday. And we have a wonderful guest speaker for you today, Sophia Zoe. And she is going to talk about scribbling and doodling and how it helped her to become a healthier person and to be able to help others become healthy and healthier people. So, yes, scribbling and doodling to help. So, Sophia Zoe will be here soon with us. She will come out. We have lots of information on her, and she is going to share how she can help others like she helped herself. So, let's talk about, do you know today is International Scribble? Okay, International Scribble Day. Monday Mojo, March 27th. And we have Sophia Zoe here with us. And she is going to talk to us about how she became healthy and healthier by doodling and scribbling, and how she can help you in the same aspects to become healthier while scribbling and doodling. And she is in the back now, and she'll be coming out with us in just a minute or two. But let's talk about, do you know today is International Scribble Day? Did you know there was such a day? I mean, honestly, I had no idea, folks. And I really believe most of us do not. But you know what? There is a day for everything, right? So why not an International Scribble Day? Encourage the practice of scribbling, because every artist started with a scribble. Now, think about that. Really? Wow. So we continue on to, let's go back to 1493. Leonardo da Vinci scribbles. He scribbles in his tiny notebook. Did you know that? Ah, inquiring minds want to know. So if you're listening to us live, comment. Comment in the chat and let us know that you're here with us. Let us know if you knew anything about Scribble Day before now. And if you're listening to us by recording, hashtag replay in the comments so that we know you're watching the recording, please. And still communicate with us, because me and Sophia, we will be watching for your comments everywhere. We are streaming live on different Facebook pages, channels, everywhere on Facebook, and also LinkedIn. We are on Instagram and Pinterest, lots of different platforms. So you can always find the recording also on homesweethometreasures.net and on our YouTube. So let's continue. What do you know about International Scribble Day? And how will it benefit you? Well, in the 1600s, first instance of the word doodle appears for the first time. That's right, for the very first time in the 1600s. Now, again, comment. What do you know about scribbling and doodling? So in the 1936, making it to Hollywood, the word doodle is used in Mr. Deeds Goes to Town. Now, I watched the movie from, not the 1936 version, I'm sure, but I have watched it. I don't remember the word doodle, but maybe it wasn't looking for it. I may have to go back and see if I can find the movie and see how they used it. I looked a few days ago, didn't see it. But 1936, that was a long time ago. But maybe some of you remember it being in the movie. So let's chat about it. Put it on in the comments on the chat. We do have a Facebook user right now. Good evening. Hello, Facebook user. I didn't know such a day. Well, neither did I till I researched. Google knows everything, right? So sometimes good, sometimes not so good, but it doesn't matter. She knows everything. He knows everything. They know everything. So let's continue. In 2017, book on scribbling. The first book on scribbling, I'm Not Just a Scribbler, is written by Diane Auber. I'm Not Just a Scribble. And that is the picture of the book, and I did see it in on Amazon for sale. I'm sure you can probably get it in different platforms, different ways, bookstores. Check it out at the library or whatever. But a cute book. When I read just a little bit of the inside pages that Amazon lets you look through. All right. Now we are going to bring Sophia up to talk to us more about scribbling and doodling and health, because we want to learn what we can when we can from different people doing different things, right? All right. So, welcome, Sophia. I'm so glad you're here. We welcome you. I'm really interested. I've read your bio, I've read about, but I want to hear it from you. How long have you been scribbling or doodling?
I've been doodling since probably age 10, maybe earlier, but I got into it therapeutically while I was suffering from debilitating insomnia. I mean, I wasn't sleeping a minute each night. And then every few nights I would crash and sleep for 14 hours. Like it was no way to live. I couldn't make any plans. I was dysfunctional, like head to toe, back and front, up and down, dysfunctional. And if you don't sleep, you go crazy. So I couldn't think, and you gain a lot of weight, and you're in pain. Like it's just nothing works, and you're very irritable. So you you annoy everybody around you, and that was me for 4.5 years. I tried all the traditional ways of trying to help myself sleep, and everything worked for about 1 or 2 nights. So every time I tried a new thing, oh yeah, I'd get about 3-4 hours sleep for 1 or 2 nights, and then it was back to eyes wide open. I was so tired I wanted to cry, and I still couldn't fall asleep. Anyway, so in my ongoing research, I came across just one little line on some medical journal about how calming down your nervous system can help you to fall asleep, and doing something creative might be the way. I thought, oh, okay, well, I don't want to be too stimulating, and there was a sketchbook and markers right beside me. And I thought, why don't I just doodle? So I was feeling very tense. And so I drew a very tense kind of thing, but that helped the tension release. Like I got it onto the page out of my body. And so that night I slept a little bit. I thought, okay, that was interesting. And so I continued doing that. And what's happened is now doodling has taken over my life in a good, positive way. And I have now established a nighttime routine that involves drawing, doodling, scribbling, whatever, and that does help me. What I have noticed is, you know how they say couples should never go to bed angry? Well, I've discovered that I can't go to bed unsatisfied with my artwork. So if I don't quite like where it's at, I'm going to stay up later until I add enough elements that I love it. Okay.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Now, let me go into your bio just for a minute because I really, now people have heard from a bit about you, but I want to go into your bio and I may stop in the midst and ask you a question here or there
Okay.
because it's very interesting. Number one, why you started this journey, but how sick you really became
Mm-hmm.
and then was able to overcome it. And that was amazing. Just absolutely amazing that you were able to figure this out. So, Sophia Zoe is known as an artistic energy healer. She combines drawing and healing exercises.
Yes.
We go on to say that she helps stress professionals find peace, comfort, and confidence. And I know for a fact that we all need that. None of us have enough peace, comfort, and confidence. Now, Sophia, what do you mean when you say combines drawing and healing exercises? Do you literally mean physical exercises or different art exercises?
Okay. So the art part is actually drawing. So, paper and markers. And the healing part, well, I've been an energy healer since 1995. That's when I had my first paying client, plus a few years before that when I was studying, so longer. Um, so with energy healing, I've been trained in 25 healing methods, and I don't use all of them all at once. That's unnecessary. But I do take the best pieces of each technique because after you've been doing it for so long, I find that I've transcended the techniques and I intuitively draw on a little pun. I pull on the aspects from each technique that will help the client in the moment. Once you start working with energy, you do become very psychic slash intuitive. So I'll just sense what somebody needs. And so when I do my group classes, I have one final free workshop that I'm inviting everyone to, and after that I'm going to start charging. So I tune into the group and I guide them through exercises. First of all, to help them come into their body, because the more busy you are, the more you're multitasking, the less embodied you are. And it's just really important to come into your body. So literally you bring your spirit into your body so that you are integrated. So I do exercises like that. And then the drawing exercises are very, very simple. No one needs to have any talent. I have no talent. I promise you, like, I can't draw anything real. Okay. If you asked me to draw a cat, I would embarrass myself. But with doodling, there are no rules. there are
That's
no
right.
there are no parameters of guidance. You just do what you want. Like a doodle is always correct, right?
That's right
So
because it's your imagination.
it's your imagination, but also it's what I'm trying to do is pull the emotions out of the cells and put them on paper. And the way I do all my doodles is I start, and I read a Picasso quote, coincidentally. He said, "You know what you're going to draw when you start drawing." I never know what it's going to look like. I never have an idea of what I want to do. I'll start with some, like, I'll make myself an arbitrary rule, like, this will be all blues and greens. So I start with that, but it never ends up being just blues and greens. But it's a good sort of rule to start with for myself, just sort of a parameter to begin with, and then I'll see what other things, colors or elements I can add to it. So I want to share, if people have been following me, they've probably seen this picture.
Yes.
As I've been advertising my free workshops. So this came out of a horrible heartache. I had a friend lie to me and betray me, and I was so upset. I was sad and mad. And I literally just took a pink pen and started scribbling. The scribbles were not as tight, not as dense as they are now. I added more after. So I started scribbling, and then some of the more intense lines popped out. And I thought, oh, that's a really interesting curve. So I just started to highlight it by thickening it. Okay. And I'll tell you, it started with this one, with this S figure here. Oh, I'm mirrored. I can't do it properly. Anyway, doesn't matter. I started with just highlighting, just tracing over some of the stronger lines, and then it turned into what I think is something really beautiful. And then when I was done, I filled it in more with more scribbles.
I
And
love it.
so,
I love it. And pinks are my color, so I love it even more.
yeah, this sort of magenta color's always been my favorite. And so
Right.
I call it heartstring entanglement. And so I was really sad and mad, and then I put it on the paper, and it's turned into something I really love now. So a lot of my things I've done while listening to comedic podcasts, and that works too. I do like a lot of color. So I mean, if you look at this, it's nothing. It doesn't look like anything, but just the colors, the variety, the shapes.
But
It
it
turns
looks
into
like a
something.
masterpiece to me. It literally does. I mean, you can see there's no shape the same, but
No,
similar,
no.
but looks like a masterpiece. So, Sophia, let me ask you about a couple of other things through your journey.
Mhm.
After a near fatal collision, 9 doctors' reports concluded with the phrase patient not expected to recover. And then it said Sophia developed 85 dysfunctions and healed them all herself.
That is
And
100% true.
and oh my gosh, she recovered fully and now helps others with the 25 healing methods that
Yeah.
she has studied. And that part is just amazing. I'm just blown away. I can't even imagine number one being told that and then not to give up and you just fought harder to get where you wanted to go. That's the way I'm feeling. You probably felt at that moment. I think either people give up or they gear their minds up to say, no, I'm going to beat this, or no, I'm going to heal, or I'm going to get well.
Well, it's a very long process. Um, on impact, I remember being angry because I had just sorted out my life. And on impact, I literally screamed, "No, I had a plan." And then I started to feel pain and I burst into tears. A woman speaking on her cell phone ran a red light and T boned me.
Mm.
And a bus driver stopped. He stopped the bus and he said, "I saw everything. You didn't do anything wrong. Where does it hurt?" And I said, "My head, my neck, and my 2 front teeth." I don't remember hitting my face on the steering wheel or anything, but my 2 front teeth, it was like pain just shooting up. And he said, "Don't move. I'll hold your head until the paramedics arrive." And he held me here and at the back of my head, the occipital lobe. And I know that holding these 2 points prevents a person from going into shock. And I think he must have been trained in Reiki or something because I should have passed out. I should have been less cognizant of what was going on. Anyway, that dear man, it was a November morning and it was pouring rain and he just jumped out of the bus. So he was just in his shirt and the cold rain is pouring on him. And the paramedics arrived and put me on a backboard and took me to the hospital. Anyway, but I had no broken bones. So if you don't have broken bones, first of all, your insurance company sort of doesn't take you seriously. But what they do know actually is that soft tissue damage takes infinitely longer to heal than a broken bone. And so the dysfunctions develop over time. You don't see everything that's wrong with you right away. Like you have the big pain, but you don't notice what's happening, subclinically, so not noticeable. So 2 years later, I had 85 dysfunctions, either things that didn't work well, didn't work at all, new things that had developed that were not normal. And I remember going to the doctor with a list of 85 things. And after the first 7, he literally pushed me out the door. He said, "That's fine. I've heard enough." And he pushed me out the door by my shoulders. I was, yeah. And then to get all those reports that say patient not expected to recover, like the first time I saw that, I thought, it can't be legal to say that to somebody. How dare you say that? You should be giving me hope. And then I kept seeing it and I kept seeing it. So then I realized it's probably a standardized phrase for people as injured as I was. I still don't think it should be allowed. Anyway, the crazy thing is, I had made a decision on impact to just be a normal person and not get energy healing done, because I just wanted to see what normal people go through, people who don't know the 25 techniques I'd been trained in. And so I thought, I'm just going to be compliant, do what my insurance company says, and see what happens. And that's when things just downward spiraled to catastrophic levels. And so after several years of suffering, I thought, okay, this is crap. I got to change this around. And that's when I started healing myself. But it took a long time to get out of the shock of the accident as well.
Oh, I was going to say the mental strain alone
Yeah.
is it takes time.
And that was another time of not sleeping, because I would have shooting pains from my sciatic nerve right down into my toes. So I was kept awake from pain. Anyway, I didn't know to do my doodling then. I did other things. The doodling is much more recent. But, the doodling can help people with so many things, not just pain, but also like emotional traumas, like wounds, grief, shame, betrayal, anger, and all that. If you can get it out of your body and onto the paper, it will be healing for you. If you don't have clarity on what to do to move forward in your life, in your purpose, in your mission, you can doodle that out. You can work it out. We don't even know how amazing the brain is and how it works. So anything you can do to connect your hands to your brain is going to help you. Okay. If you're ready to overcome procrastination and fear and limiting beliefs and anything else holding you back, the drawing, healing through drawing, will help you. It's really amazing how you can gain clarity. It's almost like being sneaky with yourself. So if you're focusing on your drawing, your subconscious is sort of is searching. It's like the cursor is spinning and it's searching for answers to your problems. And it might come up as you analyze your own doodle or have me analyze it.
Right.
Yeah, it's an insight. So as the problem is incubating and you're focused elsewhere, so that's like a conscious detachment, but it's a subconscious connection to finding the solution. So it's wonderful how our minds work and our bodies. That's why it's important to be embodied.
Yes, yes. And we have someone that's talking with us about stress, and I said yes, and stress is everywhere, especially in today's time. And they say this has been very interesting, but I want people to know just a little bit more of what you offer and what you have done. And so I wanted to show everyone, with clients in over 50 countries. Sophia is a trusted expert and has been featured on national networks, plus dozens of international summits. This is not her first rodeo per se. This is not an overnight venture for her. She's been doing this for a very long time and continues to stay educated, to stay trained, to stay up on different ways to help people. Clients enjoy Sophia's compassion, humor, practical approach to healing. Plus, the most clients say, I didn't know I could be so happy.
Yeah.
Now, that makes me smile and makes chills down my spine, because when you are going through anything in your life, stress, mental issues, heartaches, forgiveness, and pain, physical pain, it is, I fight pain all the time, and it's very mind stressing as well.
Yeah.
It's not, there's not one thing wrong with you when you have something wrong. It affects something else, is what I have determined in my life, and I am not experienced in any training in that. But Sophia, would you say that if one thing's broken, something else is probably broken as well, or at least damaged?
The head bone's connected to the toe bone. Everything in between. No, and there's like serious documentation of this. If you stub your toe, you could get a migraine. And it's because of the fascia, the tissue that's underneath your skin that connects everything. It's like the netting that holds you together. So when you have an injury, that fascia will pull or tear, and so it just tears and pulls everywhere. So it'll affect you everywhere. Yeah, you can't. The whole idea about specialists is good and weird, because it's not just your left eye that has something wrong with it. It's, you know everything is connected. If it's a flicker, it
Exactly.
might be that you're low in magnesium. It doesn't mean the magnesium didn't reach your eye, but it reached everywhere else. You're going to be magnesium deficient everywhere.
Yes.
So
Absolutely. And I so see that in my I remember when I was younger, I thought, I'm never going to get old. I'm never going to feel the same things that old people feel. Well, let me tell you, young kiddos, you're all going to feel something someday.
yeah.
And it doesn't, just because your hands hurt doesn't mean your arms not hurt somewhere, or it
Yeah.
mentally strains you. It's just always something that's connected, like Sophia said. And to give you a little bit more about Sophia, is that she currently has a coaching program for healing with art, using simple doodling exercises that gently releases the effects of stress and trauma. Sophia is a holistic healer, coach, actor, author, and artist. And I think this is incredible that you have such a thing. And I want to put, we had the link up a little earlier, but I want to put the link up again.
Oh yes, I'm doing my free workshop, free for one last time, on Saturday, April 1st, next Saturday, or this Saturday. It's from 11 to 1 Eastern, 11 a.m. And everyone is welcome. Like I said, you don't need any artistic talent whatsoever, and invite your whole family. Children can join too. It's designed for adults, but children can certainly follow along.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what should they have with them when they join the class with you on
A
Saturday?
stack of paper and some markers. I ask for markers because when I ask you to show me on Zoom, only markers show up. Pencil crayons won't work.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense. Markers.
Yeah.
And you know what? It'll probably just be fun if you haven't done this in a while, just to get clear your mind
It
for a
is
couple
fun.
of hours, right?
It is fun, and the people who are attracted to this workshop are really good people. So the comments, the feedback I get after is, it was such a beautiful community for those 2 hours. It was supportive and loving, and people do have fun, but they actually have real healing happen. It
That's awesome.
more
That is awesome.
it blows my mind every time.
Yes, yay. So, Sophia, any last words that you want to say before we end our segment tonight for Monday Mojo?
Oh yes, please go to art.sophiazoe.ca and register. You'll get more information as well. And if you're a frustrated creative person, this can kickstart your creativity. If you've been unproductive for a while for whatever reason, this could be what loosens you up and you get going again. That's what I have found with a lot of people. And you don't have to be a visual artist. I've had filmmakers come, I've had graphic artists, people who do weaving, people who do surface design for fabrics, all kinds of people, architects, so pastry chefs. So whatever.
So just come and join the crowd and do some doodling and clear your mind and move off some steam.
Yes.
I mean, just
and please share.
Get with your inner self.
Yeah, invite your friends. It's more fun to do it with friends too. Invite your friends and family, and I promise it'll be a supportive and healing and fun environment.
Perfect. And then later on, once we end this, I will go back at my different platforms that this streamline, and we will put this link in the comments so that it is there for everyone in case you didn't get it here.
Thank you.
You'll get it later in the comments just shortly after the show ends. But with that said, I want to thank you, Sophia, for being here. We're going to wrap this session up so people can get back to their Monday night dinners or shopping, whatever you have to do tonight. So I'll be right back with you, Sophia. Okay, just one more last thing is that we still do have vendor spots and sponsorship spots left for tomorrow for selling on the spot marketplace event. Come and network with us, make sales, book appointments, and just learn truly how to network without being salesy, without being pushy, and just learn how to connect friendly. And we all need training in that department sometimes or another, and gentle reminders. So join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central for 2 hours to really connect, make sales, and book appointments. This is you'll go to Eventbrite and reserve your seat. And we will also be putting this in the comments as well a little bit later. Thank you so much. Just on your way out, we have a couple of more captions for you. And then we will see you again next time. Here we go.